He was a man everyone trusted, the youngest governor in the history of the state. A war hero, a family man, a symbol of hope for the people. But behind the tailored suits, polished speeches, and public smiles, there was a secret so chilling it would shake the state to its core. Before we begin this mind-blowing true crime story, don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop a comment on what you think really happened. Make sure to turn on notifications, because we bring you real, gripping, and emotional true crime stories every single week. This is the governor's double life: secrets, scandal, and the disappearance that rocked the state. Governor Richard Langston was a rising star. At just 42 years old, he was charismatic, brilliant, and undeniably magnetic. Born in a small rural town, Richard had a classic American dream backstory. Raised by a single mother, valedictorian, scholarship to an Ivy League university, and later a decorated combat medic. He was beloved. The people adored his humility. The media couldn't get enough of his charm, and his approval ratings were through the roof. But behind closed doors, a much darker tale was unfolding. It began subtly: late-night meetings, closed-door briefings, whispers among staffers, and then a missing aide. Sarah Malloy was just 27, smart, driven, and passionate about politics. She joined Langston's team during his campaign, quickly climbing the ranks to become his personal assistant. On March 3rd, Sarah vanished. No one had seen or heard from her in over 48 hours. Her roommate reported her missing. Her car was still in her apartment parking lot, and her phone, left on her nightstand. The media had a field day. A young woman disappearing during an administration known for transparency? But something didn't sit right with the detectives. There were no signs of forced entry, no financial issues, no enemies. Only one clue: her laptop. And what was found on it would flip the entire investigation. Sarah had been keeping a private journal, password protected, buried deep in a hidden folder. Inside were entries about late-night rendezvous, encrypted emails, and, most shocking, references to hush money being paid to women. Dozens of them. The journal mentioned hotel meetings with a prominent man, identified only as RL. Investigators dug deeper and connected the dots. Surveillance footage from luxury hotels showed Governor Langston, incognito, wearing a baseball cap and sunglasses, meeting with various women in discreet suites. What's worse, some of these women had ties to human trafficking cases. The FBI got involved. A confidential source came forward, an anonymous whistleblower from within the governor's inner circle. She provided emails, financial records, even audio clips suggesting that Langston was linked to a trafficking syndicate disguised as a political consulting firm. This was no longer just a disappearance. It was a full-blown conspiracy. But before a warrant could be issued, Langston vanished. His security detail claimed he was attending a retreat in Canada, but customs had no record of him leaving the country. What followed was a wild manhunt, media frenzy, and nationwide speculation. A month later, an unmarked black SUV was discovered abandoned at the edge of a forest, just 20 miles outside the state capital. Inside, Langston's wallet, his bloodied suit jacket, and a burner phone containing only one video file. In it, a shaken, disheveled Langston stared directly into the camera. I tried to make it right, but they wouldn't let me leave. If you're watching this, I'm either dead, or they made me disappear. Trust no one. The clip ended with the sound of a door being kicked in. No body, no Langston, just a trail of broken promises, betrayed voters, and a growing list of missing persons that all connected back to his inner circle. To this day, Governor Langston's disappearance remains one of the most baffling, unsolved political scandals in U.S. history. Some say he was silenced. Others believe he fled the country and is living under a new identity. Sarah Malloy was never found. The scandal led to dozens of resignations, a federal investigation into the trafficking network, and massive protests demanding justice. His wife filed for divorce. His children changed their names. His legacy? Forever tarnished. And every year, on March 3rd, Sarah's mother stands on the Capitol steps, holding a photo of her daughter, whispering the same question the nation still asks. What happened to the governor? And what did he do to Sarah?